A massive manhunt is underway for an Arkansas escaped inmate, Grant Hardin. The latest on the ground search as police work to capture the former law enforcement officer convicted of rape and murder. And lawmakers are pushing for new sanctions on Russia in light of increasing attacks. How the Trump administration is working to advance peace talks.
Covering news where you live. This is 5 News at Noon.
Well, thank you for joining us for your 5 News at Noon. I'm Morgan Wrigley here with Chief Meteorologist Scott Covert. It's a dreary Tuesday out there. I was out in Bentonville this morning and it was kind of that kind of rain that's just annoying.
Is that
really.
that drizzle? That's
Yes.
just a really light. You're going to have to use your windshield wipers just enough to be, you're exactly right, annoying.
Yes.
A lot of that's come to an end. But we could see another chance later this afternoon. Let's get straight to live radar this afternoon. What you're going to find is we're dry at the moment. Clouds are thick, and those probably not going to break up a whole lot. But look back over towards Tulsa, right off towards the west. Some of those scattered showers now beginning to develop east of I-44. A few of those, and we're not talking about a lot, but certainly some scattered showers are going to be possible throughout the day today. A little bit better odds in northwest Arkansas between about now and let's say 6, 7 o'clock this evening. I think plenty of us are probably going to end up staying dry, but nonetheless, a few of those hit or miss showers out there. Low 70s expected for those high temperatures this afternoon. We'll drop down into the 50s overnight tonight. Those clouds are slowly going to break up overnight into your day tomorrow. Until then, though, we're looking at more clouds than anything else. Despite those clouds, mid 70s likely in the River Valley this afternoon. A little bit less of a chance of those scattered showers, but a chance nonetheless. Rain gear, not a terrible idea. Tomorrow, I think we're warming things up. That high pressure is not only going to push the clouds out of the area, it's going to help us warm up a little bit warmer than the last couple of days, but that high pressure doesn't keep us dry long at all. You see, I'm tracking another weather system, likely bringing us some chances of rain come Thursday. The latest on that here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Scott. Well, the manhunt for an escaped Arkansas inmate who used to work as a police chief in Gateway, Arkansas, is now on day 3. Grant Hardin escaped from the North Central Unit near Calico Rock on Sunday afternoon. He was serving sentences at the prison for murder and rape. Both of those crimes happened in Benton County. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi has been on the ground in Calico Rock since Monday and has heard from residents about the ongoing search in their backyard. Jacob, how are people feeling? What is it like there right now?
Yeah, Morgan, locals here tell me that this time of year, Calico Rock is a busy fishing town, but over the last few days, I got to tell you, it's been eerily quiet. We're right here on Main Street, and it's usually full of people and full of life, but instead, in the past couple of days, it's been used as a security checkpoint for law enforcement. And in speaking to locals, they say that there's a little bit of unease right now ever since Grant Hardin escaped on Sunday afternoon. Now, an official with the Arkansas Department of Corrections tells me that the search continued overnight, but no new leads have been discovered. As more time passes, the search area will need to expand. The rain here continues to fall, which could hamper both canine and drone efforts. One local store owner tells me that he's happy to see the various checkpoints because that means authorities aren't giving up on the search. And residents also tell me that they are a little more on guard now, more than ever.
There's a different vibe for sure. I mean, people are spooked. I'd be spooked. I mean, I'm a little spooked. My dog started barking at 3 o'clock in the morning last night. What do you think I did? You know, I got up. But I mean, yeah, there's definitely a different vibe. But in my perspective, or what I think, I mean, I think he'll be found.
Now, as I mentioned, you know, the rain is a double-edged sword. It can both hamper search efforts with both the canine units and the drones as well. But officials tell me that if Hardin is still in the area, the rain could also slow him down as well. And again, as more time passes, the search area may need to expand. But for now, I'm live in Calico Rock, covering news where you live. Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
Thank you so much, Jacob. Well, this is a closer look at the photographs shared by authorities as the search continues. The photo there on the left is Grant Hardin's latest prison mugshot. The one on the right was from surveillance video taken during his escape. State police say he got out through the Sally Port wearing clothes made to look like law enforcement, but it wasn't official gear. Well, now we're taking a closer look at Grant Hardin's criminal record. He pleaded guilty to the deadly 2017 shooting of James Appleton and received a 30-year sentence. DNA DNA collected in that investigation connected him to the rape of a Rogers teacher that happened in 1997 and went unsolved for 2 decades. Stay with 5 News as we continue to follow any developments on this case. Well, in other news, a suspect is now in custody after a standoff in Fort Smith. Police responded around 4:30 this morning after reports of a person believed to be armed and barricaded. According to officials, this happened near the intersection of South Albert Pike and Rogers Avenue. The Fort Smith Police Department says that a tactical response team responded to the situation. When police arrived, they established a perimeter, and the standoff ended less than an hour later. The Trump administration is struggling to advance peace talks in the wars between Israel and Gaza and Ukraine and Russia.
As the Trump administration tries to help broker a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem visited Jerusalem Monday, offering condolences following the killing of 2 Israeli embassy staffers in Washington, D.C.
President Trump extends his greetings and his grief to all of you, and he stands with you as we fight this hatred in the world.
According to the news site Axios, White House envoy Steve Witkoff said he's disappointed that Hamas has failed to accept his proposal for a new hostage and ceasefire deal.
President Trump is also expressing increasing frustration with Russian President Vladimir Putin as Russia continues to bombard Ukraine amid ceasefire negotiations.
Congressman Don Bacon is among Republicans on Capitol Hill calling on the Trump administration to impose new sanctions. He says peace talks are having zero effect on Putin, and the U.S. and allies must arm Ukraine to the teeth and sanction Russia to the max. Germany announced Monday that allies in Europe will allow Ukraine to fire long-range missiles into Russia to strike military targets. The U.S. eased restrictions last year. The European Union is also agreeing to speed up trade negotiations with the U.S. following President Trump's threat of 50% tariffs on European goods.
The president, said talks last week were going nowhere. Do you feel like there has been progress or that there can be progress?
Well, yeah, there can be progress, but we need a lot more progress. So the progress was slower than in most of the other negotiations, and that's why the president did what he did. I think it was a prudent call.
Following a call with the president of the European Commission, President Trump says he's extended his deadline until July 9th. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
In Louisiana, we're following the latest on 10 men who escaped a maximum security prison earlier this month. So far, 8 of the 10 escapees have been found. On Monday, 2 of the men were found in East Texas, the other in Baton Rouge. The 3 men will now face additional charges related to the escape. At least 13 people have been arrested in connection to that escape.